We should do honest service, not for show, but honest service from all the heart. 3. The anga of bhakti known as kirtan is the best and most complete limb of bhakti. So much emphasis. We do Navavidha Bhakti, 9 angas of Bhakti. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanevedanam. But amongst these, Kirtan is foremost. Number 4, only through the medium of Kirtan are the other limbs of Bhakti accomplished. So sometimes someone will say, oh, I will do meditation. But meditation that is without kirtan is not possible in age of Kali. We should always do kirtan. So we are chanting and we are doing kirtan. These are kirtans. This book is full of kirtans. All of these kirtans we are singing, and we are singing from the heart. 5. Renouncing bad association is actual solitude, and performing bhajan in the company of sadhus and Vaishnavas is the actual meaning of solitary bhajan. So sometimes someone wants to do solitary bhajan. It means avoid being with materialistic persons, and even persons who will dress. I will wear tilak, I will wear Vaishnav clothes, but if my heart is materialistic and I want to criticize others, Srila Gurudev used to say, always don't criticize, don't complain, always chant. 3 C's. So we should try to follow these things. Preaching Harikatha always and everywhere is real Hari Kirtan. So when we are preaching does not simply mean we are going and trying to bring more people and make people to take up the path of Krishna consciousness. This is also very pleasing. But we should be preaching to each other also. We should be encouraging each other and trying to help each other, trying to inspire each other very sweetly. How much enthusiasm. If I will say something and other person will feel more inspired, that is very good. That will be very pleasing. And if I will say something and other person will become distracted or a person will become discouraged, that will be very bad. To speak Harikatha, number 7, to speak Harikatha always and everywhere, or to be absorbed in speaking about services related to Shri Hari, is real silence. So we should always speak some Harikatha. We should not be engaged in prajalpa. What is prajalpa? To talk about mundane topics. Hey Prabhu, I heard the latest thing on YouTube. This is this thing. I heard this new conspiracy theory. No, we should talk about, hey, I was reading in Srimad Bhagavatam, and what Shankarji said, and what Guru Maharaj, what Gurudev wrote in the commentary, and it was very amazing. Let me share this with you. What do you think? Oh, we should talk about this. Number 8, performing Gora Bhajan in the mood of Rupanuga is the actual Vipralamba Bhajan of Shri Radha and Krishna. We are in the line of Shri Rupa Goswami. We should perform bhajan, Gauranga Bhajan, in the mood of Rupanuga, in the mood of following Srila Rupa Goswami. Number 9, taking shelter of the feet of a genuine Guru, one should serve Hari. What is the first in 64 angas of bhakti given in Sri Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu? Adau Guru Padashrayita. Srila Rupa Goswami has said, first of all, take shelter of Guru. This is very important, most important. And one cannot say, oh, I am disciple now of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur because I have imagined in my mind that I went to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and he accepted me. Or to say, oh, I am a disciple of Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur because I imagined in my mind that I went to him and he accepted me. No. We must do what Krishna has said in the Gita, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshana. Try to learn the truth, go to the Guru, make sincere inquiries, and get your questions answered, resolve your doubts, have full faith, and serve Gurudev with intimacy. 10. One should never give pain to any living entity by body, mind, or words. This is very important. We should not give pain to others. Otherwise, the goal of human life is to have love for Radha and Krishna. How we can have love if we cause pain to others? We should avoid completely giving pain. And that means even if we are criticizing and we are making criticism. And Srila Gurudev has also reinforced this. If we criticize someone, we are making a bridge. Their bad qualities will come on us. 11. One should maintain his life by honest means. We should do whatever is needed to maintain body and soul together. We should do it by what is an honest occupation. 12. One should always remember that Sri Bhagavan is one, not many. 13. Brajendra Nandan Sri Krishna only is Swayam Bhagavan. He is the possessor of all Shakti and the origin of all avatars. Rendering service to him is the primary duty of all living entities. All other activities are secondary. 14. Those people who consider that Bhagavan is formless are atheists, and one should never associate with them. 15. Attaining prem for Sri Krishna is the real ultimate objective of the jiva. Why we are practicing Krishna conscious? Bahujanma kore yadi sravana kirtana tabo tana paya Krishna pade prem dhan. We want to have prem at the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. But we cannot have it if we are committing offenses. So we will do sadhana bhakti, and we will always pray for help, and we will associate with Vaishnavas, especially always superior Vaishnavas. This is the meaning of sadhu sangha. We should try to associate with pure sadhus. And if their association is not available, we should associate with those who are superior to us in bhajan. They can actually help us. Number 16. The service of Krishna that is performed for his pleasure with a favorable attitude, which is devoid of all other desires, which is not covered by jnana and karma, and which is performed by the body, mind, and words, and all of the senses, is our very life. So the point of Krishna consciousness is to serve, is to give pleasure, to develop our seva vritti. It is not to show so that others will say, oh, look, this person is such a good and very senior devotee. Oh, they are so knowledgeable. Oh, they dress so nicely. Oh, they do such nice service. It is very attractive. No, this business is to please Radha and Krishna. And we will not please Krishna, we will not please Gurudev if we are criticizing others and complaining. No, this will not be pleasing. So these 16 instructions, this is the Upadeshavali of Sri Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj. So, on the disappearance of Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj in 1968, he left this world in Sri Navadvip Dham. Only one of my godbrothers, Achyutananda Baba, I think ever met him in person. And that was in 1967 in Keshavji Gaudiya Math. So Achyutananda Baba relates the account. He went in and he first met, Gurudev was like the Mat Adhikari, the person who is the superintendent who is looking after everything in Keshavji Gaudiya Math. And he brought him to Param Gurudev. And Param Gurudev was in bed, and he was so tall, very, very tall, like a giant person, and he sat up in bed and he gave him some very nice instruction, very strongly. So he holds this memory very dear. I don't know any other Western devotee who actually got his darshan. But the life of Param Gurudev, he is called Acharya Kesari. What does it mean, Acharya Kesari? Because he is very strong like a lion. What is the business of a lion? Lion will be Will someone please feed me? Will someone please protect me? There is something I'm afraid of. No. Lion will roar. Ah! Lion will pounce. Something has come and it is to be destroyed. What was it that Acharya Kesari Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshiva Goswami Maharaj was pouncing on? The elephant of Mayavad philosophy. Mayavad philosophy completely took over. What happened in India? In India, there was Vaishnav culture, Vaishnava Sampradayas. Everyone is worshipping Krishna in Shri Sampradaya, Nimbarka Sampradaya, Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. Well, this was before appearance of Mahaprabhu. And Shri Sampradaya. But Mayavad, what happened is that Buddhism began because some people wanted to have the inclination to not believe in God. Gnostic, it is called Gnostic. Gnostic comes from na asti, there is nothing. So the Bauddha philosophy is that everything is ultimately void. Bauddha philosophy says this material world is completely false. Just like there is a movie, it is being projected on a screen. The movie is completely false, 100% illusion. There is no reality, no substance to this world, and ultimately it is all void. So people were giving up instructions of the Vedas because originally, Vedas will say, you can perform Ashwamedha Yajna, and if you will do the Ashwamedha Yajna properly, then the animal that has been sacrificed will get new life. If mantras are being done properly. People stopped doing mantras properly and they were using this Ashwamedha Yajna and other animal sacrifices as an excuse for killing and eating animals. Very, very bad. And so, what happened? Bhagavan came as Buddha. It has been said there were two Buddhas. One was Buddha, who was the Shaktiadesh avatar of Bhagavan, and other was later the Gautama Buddha. So Buddha came and he said, don't follow Vedas, just follow me. Don't do himsa. Follow eightfold path of dharma, beginning with ahimsa. And be very peaceful and do no harm unto others. So it was also a little bit of a trick. Don't follow Vedas, just follow me. I am Bhagavan, you follow me, you will also get some benefit. But this was a problem because now everyone is rejecting Vedas. So who came? Shankaracharya. Shankarji himself came as a Brahmin and he preached the philosophy of Vivartavad. What is Vivartavad? You know? It is the doctrine of illusion. It says that this world is real. It's not false, but it is illusory by nature, and you may grasp a snake sometimes thinking it is a rope, or you may sometimes see water in the desert when there's no water, a mirage. And so he has explained that there is the false conception that the Jivatma is separate from Brahman, but this is like if there is sky contained in a clay pot space, and we break the pot, then we free that space, it becomes part of the greater space. But this is also a false doctrine. It is substantiated by word jugglery. But so good word jugglery, only Shankarji can do it. Whoop, there we go again. Shankarji can do the best word jugglery. At the end of his life, what did he say? Bhaja Govindam, Govindam, Bhajamudamate, Samprapte Sannihite Kale, Nahi Nahi Rakshati Dukrin Karane. Oh, you fools and rascals, just worship Govinda, worship Govinda, worship Govinda. All of your word jugglery and juggling suffixes and prefixes and verbal roots, these are all things that are used to explain the Mayavad philosophy. If you think that we talk about Advaya Gyan Paratattva, we talk about Gaudiya Vedanta, and we say it begins from Shakti Shakti Mator Abheda. And if you begin to fall asleep feeling this is too philosophical, the Mayavad explanation requires so much intricate philosophy and jugglery, and did you spend your 12 years studying Sanskrit and learning all these things? You must have it to follow all this. Because it is very hard to understand. It is very hard to understand because it is ultimately nonsense. And Shankarji himself has said this. Shankaracharya himself has said this. Mayavadam asachastram prachannam baldam uchyate. He has told Parvati in one of the Puranas that in Kali Yuga I come in the form of a Brahmin and I will preach Mayavad, which is simply a form of covered Buddhism. So it's just like basically Buddhism 2.0, and saying that there is no actual form. But Shankaracharya himself gave so many devotional verses. For example, Lakshmi Nrsimha Mamadehi Karavalambam, Lakshmi Nrsimha Karuna Rasa Stotram, and so many other prayers that have been written by Shankaracharya. Also, Sri Jagannath Ashtakam is said to have been written by Shripad Shankaracharya. Kadachit kalindi tativina sangita karavo mudhabiri nari vadakraman lasvada madupaha. And Mahaprabhu was very fond of this. He was reciting this Sri Jagannath Ashtakam. So we do not say it is given by Shankaracharya. We say this has been given from the mouth of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because actually Shankaracharya was doing the mission for Bhagavan. Population was decreasing, so to make people again bewildered but also believing in Vedas, he gave this Mayavad. But now Mahaprabhu has come, and Madhvacharya also came, and after Madhvacharya established such very strong philosophical defeat of Mayavad doctrine. And Mahaprabhu gave Achintya Bhedabheda Tattva. What is Achintya Bhedabheda Tattva? Can anyone explain what is Achintya Bhedabheda Tattva without using the words simultaneous and conceivable oneness and difference? Well, it is hard to summarize in one sentence, but basically, it is called Shakti Parinama Vada. What is Shakti Parinama Vada? It means that Krishna is the supreme holder of all energies. And Krishna's energies are not different. But Krishna's energies are able to act independently of him. So, Shakti Matora Bheda, and Shakti can transform because Brahman does not undergo vikar, transformation, but Shakti can. So this is the loophole. Everything is Brahman. But Brahman is both Shakti and Shaktiman. They are not different. But Shakti can transform. And Shakti is also transformed as Jiva Shakti. Yes, Shakti is Antaranga Shakti, Swarup Shakti, Hladini Shakti, Srimati Radharani. And also Antaranga Shakti as Lakshmi, as Rukmini, Satyabhama, Mahishis of Dwarka, Gopis who are Kaya Vyuha of Srimati Radhika. Shakti also present as Yogamaya, Leela Shakti. And also as Mahamaya, Devi, goddess who is the superintendent of this material world. She is the great goddess. She is called Ma. Why is she called Ma? Because she will give everything. If you will praise her, worship her, please Ma, be very kind to me. She can give so many blessings. So people always want the blessings of Devi. Please make me wealthy. Please give me a beautiful wife. Please give me a very good husband. Please give me a nice house. Please give me a nice car. Please give me a better job. I want so much. I want wealth. I want to have a long life and all that. But Devi also, she only wants one thing. People should ask for bhakti. Nobody is coming and asking her for bhakti. So she is very pleased if any devotee is coming. Yes?
Just wondering if I don't mean to challenge or anything, please forgive me if it comes out that way, but the point about, those who worship Mahadevi, Durga, they get material benefit. How is it that practically we don't see that? Many of the people worshiping her are poor, and they're, they don't have any material offerings, they don't have any material facility.
It's a good question. Why is it that you see sometimes people are worshiping Devi but they are poor? It is because they are suffering results of past karma. Also, to worship Devi properly. This is the big question. This is called karma kanda. You have to do everything perfectly, and then you will get a good result. And if anything is out of place, there will be a problem. For example, in the story of Jada Bharat. So Bharat Maharaj, he is one of 4 Bharats. Like there is one Bharat who is brother of Sri Ram. There is one Bharat who is the in the story of that is this Bharat, and then there is also other Bharat who is the son of Dushyanta. And then there is a 4th Bharat. But India is called Bharatvarsha after this Bharat Maharaj specifically. So he became attached to a deer in his next life. Now, there is another question. Why Bharat Maharaj was able to fall from the path of bhakti when he had come to the stage of rati? Yes.
My Gurudev says he never fell, that it was pure Leela just for instruction, that he never actually fell.
That is also true. But why was it arranged that he fell? Because he was not in association. He was doing solitary bhajan, and he was not keeping association. But it is also true, in the stage of Jata Rati, and Gurudev has said, real bhajan begins from the stage of Rati. What does Rati mean? Bhava Bhakti, yes. Bhava is another word for Rati. So, Rati means that now the Vishuddha Sattva. What is Vishuddha Sattva? Tell me, what is Vishuddha Sattva?
It's the spiritual identity, the spiritual your form, your qualities, or all those.
That is Swarup Siddhi, when we realize all these things. But what is Vishuddha Sattva? Vishuddha Sattva is the essence of Hladini Shakti and Samvid Shakti mixed together, that have come from the spiritual world and have entered the heart of the sadhaka. When this Vishuddha Sattva enters the heart of the sadhaka, now it is a completely different story. So we are doing what is called Ajata Rati Sadhana. We are doing sadhana bhakti, but Rati has not awakened. When Vishuddha Sattva enters the heart, now what happens when Vishuddha Sattva touches the 5 elements of the body? And along with mind, intelligence, ego. It is called, what is the name for this when Vishuddha Sattva touches these 8 things? Ashta Sattvik Vikar. Yes. 8 types of transformation. The trembling in the body, eruption of hairs standing on end, tears shooting out of the eyes, faltering of the voice, fainting. These result when this Vishuddha Sattva has come. So, Bharat Maharaj, it appears, it is true, nobody falls. What to speak of no one falls from Vaikuntha? Nobody falls from the stage of Jatarati Sadhana. In Jatarati Sadhana, only the body is still there. We are still in this world, but now the heart has Golok Vrindavan has come in the heart first. Essence of Hladini Shakti and Sambit Shakti together have now entered the heart. The heart is transformed. There is no more just, I am chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. But I'm trying not to let my mind go and all these other things I am pulled towards. Now, the heart, the mind, it is all spiritualized, transformed. So, Bharat Maharaj, in his next life, and this was, as you said, to show, he became Jad Bharat. He was born, he took birth as a deer, and then in his next life, remembering all of this, all of his sadhana, all of his everything, he became born in a Brahmin family, and he was known as Jad Bharat, the dull Bharat, because he never spoke. He acted as if he does not understand and he cannot speak, because he wanted not to become involved in sansar, in family life, in society. Society, friendship, love. Oh, do you like me? Oh, I like you so much. Oh, this person doesn't like me. Oh, I'm very hurt by that. I want to make friends with this person. I want to have this job. I want to do that. I want to make money. All these things. No. So he simply acted as if he's a dull person, and they said, oh, look, he's a stupid, dull person. Just give him some leftover food, put him out of the way, and we don't expect anything of him. Oh, very good. And so he was remembering in his heart always, Krishna, 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 Krishna. And then, so this Jad Bharat, he was captured by some daku, by some dacoits. Now these persons were worshippers of Bhadrakali. And they wanted so much to have blessings of Bhadrakali. Bhadrakali is a very ferocious form of Durgaji. So they wanted to have big blessings from Bhadrakali to be very wealthy. And they were robbing people, killing them, robbing them, and they were doing well. Robbery is a successful business, especially in Kali Yuga. But they were doing human sacrifice. Human sacrifice is not pleasing to Bhadrakali. Bhadrakali is vegetarian. She only eats, even though she is ferocious, and she has this aspect of, I'm going to rip your heart out and drink your blood. She is the Vaishnavi. She is actually Shakti of Bhagavan, and she is the wife of Shankarji. She does not accept any human sacrifice. But her associates, who are Dakinis, witches, they will drink blood and accept these things. So these people, they were offering human sacrifice, wanting to please Bhadrakali. They captured Jat Bharat. They thought, oh, look at this very dull person. He is not even fighting us. So they bathed him, they anointed him with oils, they decorated him with garland and nice clothing, and they put him in front of the deity of Bhadrakali. And they had a big khadga, a chopper. And they were going to cut his head off as a sacrifice to Bhadrakali. Oh, was this appropriate? No. Bhadrakali saw they are about to do harm to a Param Vaishnav, very great devotee. She burst out of the deity, she grabbed that khadga and she chopped off the heads of the dakus, the dacoits. And then her associates, the dakinis, they were also drinking blood very happily. And Jat Bharat was just very peaceful. So after this, then this is when he met Maharaj Rahugana, and he gave some good instructions to Maharaj Rahugana. Finally, after Maharaj Rahugana also was giving him some abuse for not being a good carrier of his palanquin. So the answer is that yes, someone can actually become very wealthy if they do proper vidhi, like Ravana. Ravana was a worshipper of Shankarji, and he was very devoted to worshipping Shankarji. But he was also meant to have great wealth and opulence because he had to play the role of enemy of Bhagavan. But he played that role very perfectly. And by worshipping Shankarji with every precise regulation, he got so much result, all gold, everything. This is what materialists want. They want to have gold, they want to have enjoyment, they want to have comfortable palaces, and they think, I will keep death at a distance. I will not die, I will live forever, I will simply enjoy. Adyo Bhijanovanasmi. Where is this from? 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Daiva Asura Sampad. Everyone should know this. It is very important in Kali Yuga to know Daiva Asura Sampad chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Because what is the nature of Asura? We ourselves will exhibit the nature of Asura sometimes. We should know this so that we can avoid it. Okay? So yes, someone may be worshipping Devi, but they are poor. It means they are not doing properly. And if they try to please Devi by offering any Vaishnava in sacrifice, the result will be pretty bad. Okay. So now what is the point? So that person who will worship Devi, she is very kind. She is the external energy, but she is also very strict. You know, like mom. Okay, don't let mom know that you went and set off a bomb outside. Okay, the fear of mom. Don't do a naughty thing because mom is going to get angry. You don't want mom to be angry. And Mother Nature, when she is angry, what is it? It is like, okay, there's a hurricane going on. Mother Nature is not happy. If people are not doing bhajan, if people are not serving Krishna, then Mother Nature is very unhappy. Oh, I am not here for you to enjoy my resources and exploit and to take all these things. Your human life is a precious gift. It is meant for doing bhajan of Shri Hari. So this is the teaching that our acharyas have given. So we were talking about Mayavad philosophy. Now Mayavad philosophy has become so formidable, everyone is following, and finally now the Gaudiya acharyas are defeating. They are giving how you can reconcile these two things. Here's the big problem. It is very easy for someone to say, oh yes, I understand and I follow. Look, my Guruji said this and I will quote that is exactly what my Guru said, and if you disagree with me, you are blaspheming my Guru. No, it is not like that. You have to understand what Gurudev has said. What has Gurudev said? Then we should ask ourselves always, what kind of disciple am I? Sometimes people will say, oh, look, I am the disciple of such and such. My Guru is such a high Guru. And see, you should give me respect because I am this person's disciple. No. You should, as Srila Prabhupada said, you should command respect, don't demand respect. And Gurudev has explained also. Sometimes people think this, but they should instead think, what kind of disciple am I? What kind of disciple am I? Have I really understood? And this comes back to Vishramba Guru Seva. How do I intimately serve my Gurudev? I will say, my Gurudev has said this, I will do that and the other thing. But have I really understood? What is Vishramba Guru Seva? So, Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, he composed one verse. Vairagya yog bhakti rasam prayatnair apayayan mamanubhipsamandham kripam bodhirya paradukkaduki sanatanastam Shri Keshavam tam prabhumashrayami. Because it is very similar to a verse of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. I was blind and ignorant and unwilling, and this Sri Keshava Prabhu, he forcibly opened my eyes and forced me to drink the nectar of Bhakti Ras. I offer my pranam to him. For what other person did Srila Prabhupada compose such a verse? Was he someone to do this whimsically? Never. And then he also said, I want to have a picture of Srila Param Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj painted, and it should be hung in all of our important ISKCON centers. He said this back in 1967. So this was very important to him. And then he also spoke about his own sannyas, how our Srila Prabhupada came to take sannyas. He was living as a Vanaprastha for some time, but our Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and others, they were encouraging him, you should take sannyas, you were very qualified, you should take sannyas. And finally, he also had his Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, was coming to him in a dream and saying, you should take sannyas. And Param Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj, was also telling him, you should take sannyas. And so finally, on this day, in 1959, he received sannyas along with Bhaktivedanta Muni Maharaj. And he received the name Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. People think sometimes that the Swami Maharaj, Goswami Maharaj is just added to make it sound higher, but that is his actual sannyas name. There are 108 sannyas names. Swami Maharaj, Goswami Maharaj, Narayana Maharaj, Vishnu Maharaj, Govinda Maharaj, Madhav Maharaj, etc. So, he received sannyas. And then on that day, when he received sannyas, he was asked to speak something. Sannyasi should be preacher. Sannyasi should speak. And so he spoke in English, even though there was practically no one else who was there who understood English, because he felt, it is going to be my business. My Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, wanted me to preach in English, so I should speak something in English. Now, what is the meaning of sannyas? I was talking with Gurudev once. He was explaining to me, I was talking to he was saying that he was talking to some persons and saying that, your Gurudev, Srila Swami Maharaj, he took sannyas from Param Gurudev. And that person was saying, but the sannyas is not important, it is just like a ritual thing. And Gurudev told me just like this. I said, you don't know anything. To take sannyas, and he pointed to his own saffron cloth, means to enter Vrindavan in the mood of a gopi. And that was his gesture. This, he pointed to his saffron cloth, this is the color of anurag. Rag, anurag, pranaya, man, sneha. These are the 8 stages of Mahabhav. So, Srila Gurudev gave such profound meaning of sannyas. And this was also, there is a connection of our Srila Prabhupada with Param Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj. And also the connection with our Gurudev. From the time that Srila Swami Maharaj came, now he, as a sannyasi, he was quite penniless. He came to America and had something like $40 in his pocket and just a sponsor to go to. But our Gurudev was sending him more of the Srimad Bhagavatam he had already printed in India, sending mridanga and kartals, and they were exchanging letters. All of this was going on. So he was not completely alone, and Gurudev was very happy to do some seva for him, thinking of him always as my dear friend and Shiksha Guru. My Shiksha Guru and Priya Bandhu, he used to say. So I wanted to also say something about the character of our Srila Prabhupada. Guru Parampara Murtiman Bhavan Harikatha Mritam Jivan Aushadam Patita Pavanodaya Dadbhutam Jayati Bhakti Vedanta Namine. All glories to Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. You embody the teachings of the entire Guru Parampara, and you rescued the fallen in the most astonishing way by giving Harikatha, which is the only medicine for the sufferings of conditioned life in this material world. He came and people were trying to taste so many things, enjoying drugs and having unrestricted relationships and everything. And what did he do? He started a revolution. He sat down with his kartals and he began to chant. And people became attracted and they came to hear from him. And by his sadhu sangha and by his harikatha, but hearing harikatha from his lips, from his mouth, this transformed the hearts of devotees. This is the very important point. It was by his association. Ya urugaya lilanu varnana dhadhamagani rupanugayate savikaro tumam daitya chetasam sharanapadako bhaktidayana. He is that personality who narrated the pastimes of Krishna, who is glorified by transcendental songs, and took those who were on the downward path of material existence and set them on the journey to become Rupanugas. His feet are worthy of taking shelter, and he bestows pure bhakti. May he also transform my demonic consciousness into a Rupanuga devotee. So his giving Harikatha was so important. One of the first books that he had printed was Krishna book, summary study of 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. What is the nature of Krishna book? You can listen to Krishna book, you can read Krishna book. It is not such a deep philosophy, but there is always the philosophy given. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and he appears in Vrindavan Dham, and he has pastimes with his associates. And these are so sweet. And this was like the words of the gopis. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kavipiriditam kalmashapaham shravana mangalam srimadatatam bhuvigarnanti te bhuridajana. There are those persons who give the glories, the Harikatha, the Amrit, the nectar of Harikatha, and they completely revive all of those jivas who are suffering in this material world and suffering so much torment. And he was giving all of these things in Krishna book, and he was telling these things, and he was telling the devotees, and also cooking very tasty prasad and serving it to them. Jaya Saraswati Thakur Uddhara Jaya Vinodadhara Avatarana Jaya Yatishwara Dhara Tattvada Mama Hridi Stitatmanukampaye. All glories to the upholder of the teachings of Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. All glories to he who carried the flow of teachings from Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur to the Western world. All glories to the Lord of Renunciates who gave all transcendental truths from the foundation up. May you reside in my heart always and bestow on me your confidential mercy. There is absolutely no doubt Srila Prabhupada was a teacher of pure bhakti. If you read his books, he will say Pure devotional service, devotional service, devotional service, devotional service, devotional service. Even when it is not said in the Sanskrit devotional service, he is saying devotional service. Because he is a teacher of pure bhakti. He did not come to teach Varnashram Dharma. He did not come to teach Jnana Mishrita Bhakti or Karma Mishrita Bhakti or anything like that. Only pure bhakti. Give your life to pleasing Krishna and your life will be perfect. Oh, Srila Prabhupada, what can we do that will please you? Become a pure devotee. Oh, what does it mean to be a pure devotee? It means that my mind, my body, my words, everything is for the pleasure of Krishna. We have made a mistake in this material world. We have come here and we think that we are here for enjoyment. But really, we want to increase our seva vritti. We want to do the service tendency instead. Manine Baddha Siddhanta Samputan Likita Pustakan Chitra Darshanan Saha Kaviraja Rupagrajadina Spurita Purido Grantadayaka. He bestowed us with treasure chests filled with divine gems in the form of his books, along with amazing illustrations depicting windows to the spiritual world. He manifested the most gracious gifts as the giver of books carrying the writings of Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Sanatana Goswami, and other associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Our Gurudev has explained, these books that Srila Swami Maharaj has given, they are like treasure chests full of transcendental gems. But, he said, they are under lock and key. What is the lock and key? If you do not take sadhu sangha, there is no self-study course for bhakti. What has Krishna said in the Gita? Chapter 4:34. What is the verse? Tad vidhi pranipadena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshana. Try to learn the truth by approaching a bona fide guru. Inquire submissively and do dandavat pranams. And that person, self-realized soul, who has seen the truth, can help you, can give you knowledge. It is sort of like, okay, I want to learn how to do brain surgery. I'm going to go buy a book on brain surgery for dummies. And I will study it, and then I'll maybe find someone to practice on, and I'll become perfect. No, you have to actually have someone teach you these things. And you have to practice under their guidance. That's kind of how things usually work. It's not completely a good example, because spiritual life is much more difficult. It means that we have to be able to see things that are unseen. We have to do things that are indescribable, because we have to transform the heart from bhoga vritti to seva vritti. Oh, whose guidance are you going to get? You cannot see the goal. How is the goal being described? Goal is to associate with Sri Krishna in his eternal abode of Golok Vrindavan, serving in the association of eternal associates. What are the associates of Krishna doing? Gopis are talking to Krishna. Oh Krishna, you are a cheater. We have come here because you stole something from us. Your flute song came in our ears and it took our hearts and robbed them. You have taken away our lajja, our shyness and self-respect. Now we have left our homes in the middle of the night to go meet with you in the forest. And everyone will say things about us. For a woman to lose her self-respect is such a big loss, and they are pinning it all on Krishna. Oh, Krishna, your fault, you have done this. We have only come here to get back what you have stolen. Oh, Krishna is so pleased hearing this, and hearing these terms of abuse from the mouths of the gopis. You are a lampat. You are a cheater. You are a thief. Krishna is going in the houses of the gopis. Vraje prasiddham navanita chauram. And he is stealing butter. And one gopi is keeping her butter. Oh, Krishna will come to steal my butter. I am keeping it in the back in a very dark room and keeping it up high. Oh, she then complains to Yashoda Maya. Krishna and Balaram came, and by the effulgence of the jewels on their bodies, they could see everything in that dark place, and Krishna was lifted up and he stole the butter anyway, and then he distributed it to his friends and to monkeys and crows. Oh, Yashoda Maya was saying, look, my Krishna is so sweet. He is very, very so cute, and like, look at his face and his very cute full cheeks and his big eyes. He looks so innocent. He could not have done such a thing. Now, why did Krishna give butter to monkeys and crows? Because in Battle of Lanka, so many monkeys were fighting on the side of Sri Ram against Ravan, very bravely fighting, and they were being injured, and their limbs were cut, they were being killed, they were dying, and underwent so much injury. And Sri Ram felt so much indebted to them. Oh, my dear Vanarasena, you have given so much for me. How will I repay you? And so some of these Vanarasena, they came in Vrindavan as monkeys. And as Sri Krishna, he fed them with his own hand out of his sense of obligation. And crows also. Crows like in the line of Kakbhushandi. So, Krishna is so kind. And then he has told the gopis, Naparayeham niravadya samyujam. Even with a lifetime like that of Brahmaji, my dear gopis, I cannot repay you. I am not capable of repaying you. So this is Krishna. Krishna, who is all-powerful Bhagavan, who is the possessor of all potencies, all abilities, all knowledge, all wisdom, all fame, all strength, all renunciation. He's saying, I am unable to repay you. What you have done, you have given up your ties to family and coming only to please me, and I am indebted to you. So, this is Krishna. Srila Prabhupada once said, in the, he recorded one kirtan, Bhaja Hure Manasri Nandanandan. And there he says, there are many Krishnas, but we are interested in that Krishna who is the son of Nanda Maharaj. So, how is such a high treasure? It is described in the books of Srila Prabhupada and especially in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. These things which Srila Prabhupada wrote, which was written back in 1974, 1975. He insisted, why was it so important to him that Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita was finished even before continuing with Srimad Bhagavatam? I think only Srimad Bhagavatam had only been done up to about 4th canto at this time. And then he translated entire Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Why he didn't give Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat? Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat has so many very sweet nectarian pastimes of Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat will tell how when Mahaprabhu was a young boy, he used to go to the bathing ghat in Navadvip. And all of the Brahmins were there. They would do worship on the banks. They would go and bathe in the Ganga. What would Nimai do? He would swim under the water and he would grab hold of their legs like a crocodile had grabbed them. And they would be startled. Huh? Sometimes they would come out after bathing to begin their worship and he would spit water on them. And then sometimes they would be preparing to do worship and they would make an offering to Shalagram and he would come and snatch the sweets, the sandesh, and other things that they were offering. So they said, this Nimai is very naughty. He is not allowing us to do anything. We will go complain to Jagannath Mishra. As soon as they left, then he went and he told his friends, if my father comes here, you please tell him that I was not here. I instead have come directly from school. And so he went by a roundabout way, and he arrived home at the home of Jagannath Mishra with his clothes all dusty and with ink stains on his finger, as if he has just come directly from school. And these Brahmins, they were coming to complain. Oh, Mishraji, your son is doing such naughty things, and he has done this and that and the other, and they gave a long list of all the very naughty things that he did. Jagannath Mishra said, oh, I shall give him a good tight slap. They said, no, Mishraji, you should not be, don't be so harsh with, he is so sweet after all. You should not be so harsh with him. And then Nimai came out, and he was showing, oh, Baba, I have just come from school. Pranams, Brahmanjis. And, oh, this is a very sweet pastime. This Leela is given in Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat. What Krishna has done in Vrindavan, also Nimai has done in his childhood in Navadvip. Once, Krishna was going and stealing butter from the house of one gopi. Oh, he was doing such a terrible stealing and again stealing and coming and taking her butter. So she went to complain to Yashoda Maya. She said, Yashode, your putra is so naughty. He is stealing my butter. And then he is making a mess because he is feeding monkeys, crows. He is giving it to his other friends. You please do something. Yashoda Maya said, oh, but my dear friend, I don't see him doing this. Look, he is very sweet, very innocent. So that gopi went back home. She thought, I must catch Krishna red-handed. So she waited very, very patiently. She went outside and she churned a very beautiful pot of fresh new butter. And she put it where it could easily be seen from the window. And then she very quietly hid herself. Then Krishna came in, he climbed in through the window along with his friends, and he was about to put his hand in that pot of butter, and she came and grabbed his hand, and she put a cloth over his head, and she went off to talk to Yashoda Maya. Oh, Yashoda, look what I have caught today. Look at my catch. I will show you now what your Kanhaiya has done. And she removed the cloth, and her own son was instead under the cloth. Just then, Krishna came out of his bedroom as if he has been sleeping. Oh, Maya, what is going on? How Krishna has done such things. And everyone became very melted. Yashoda was very melted. She saw Krishna looking so innocent and so sweet. So, why Srila Prabhupada did not give Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, which is relating so much of Leela of Mahaprabhu in childhood? Because Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita is such an important book for Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Srila Prabhupada called it the postgraduate study of Krishna consciousness. And it is based on, in Adi Lila, it is based on the diaries of Sri Murari Gupta, and in Madhya Lila, Antya Lila, on the diaries of Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami. And so much of writings of Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Raghunath Das Goswami are included. Where you will find writings of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Anyone can tell? In Ramananda Samvad, when there is a description of, now after coming to the conclusion, after coming all the way to the conclusion and describing then the rasas, Sakya ras, Vatsalya ras, Madhurya Ras, and now describing gopis, mahishis and gopis, and now Srimati Radhika. Now there is a series of verses written by Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. This is all in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. But it is a little difficult to understand unless someone has come in sadhu sangha, and unless these things can be laid out, and unless we can get some assistance in understanding. Someone reading this may not understand. For example, also, Srila Prabhupada has written in the 3rd canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. He has described, no one falls from Vaikuntha. Again, in the another place in the 3rd canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, he has said that associates never fall. And this is in the story of the 4 Kumaras meeting Jai Vijay. And in the 7th canto, Yudhishthira asks from Narada Muni, and he is asking specifically, after Shishupal was killed by Krishna, and it was seen that the Atma from the body of Shishupal entered the feet of Krishna. Story of Shishupal is very interesting. When he was a baby, he was born with 4 arms. And his mother thought, oh, this is very strange. What to do? She consulted with one rishi who said, oh, extra 2 arms will fall off, will disappear when he sits in the lap of the person who will kill him. So every person who came in the home of the Dama Ghosh, in Shishupal's father, then the mother would go and put that child in their lap. Finally, when Krishna came, then Shishupal sat in Krishna's lap, and immediately, boom, extra 2 arms gone. Oh, mummy of Shishupal said, oh Krishna, I want to ask you one favor. Krishna said, what is that? He said, please promise me that you will not kill my son in future. Krishna said, oh, Didi, I promise you. He may even offer me 100 provocations and abuses, and I will not lift a finger against him. So she was satisfied. And this is why in the assembly of Rajasuya of Maharaj Yudhishthira, Shishupal gave Krishna, first he began saying, I consider Krishna to be no better than a crow, and he count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He reached 100, now he went to 101, and now Sudarshan Chakra, shum, and Shishupal's head is cut, and everyone sees Atma has left the body. Huh?
He lost count.
Yes. No, there was a count. Krishna kept count.
No, I mean, Shishupal lost count.
Oh, he did lose the count. He lost,
He
yes.
was counting.
And then Atma entered the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. And so, Maharaj Yudhishthira was asking Narada Muni, how is it possible that Jai and Vijay could have fallen from the eternal abode of the Lord? And basically, Narada Muni explained, no, it was only because of the will of Bhagavan. And then Srila Prabhupada has explained there, unless it is the will of the Lord, no one can fall from Vaikuntha. Kamalapada Gauranga Sundara Prabhupada Shrayananda Vardhanam Bhuvana Mangalam Bhava Varshanam Prabhupada Bhido Guruvati Prabhat. His lotus feet, or pad, increased blissful existence at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, also giving pleasure to Mahaprabhu and his associates. He bestows auspiciousness on the entire world and showers prem. And as the Guru who manifests such an amazing effect on the world, he is known by the name Prabhupada. There is also the general meaning of Prabhupada is one at whose feet there are many Prabhus. So when Srila Prabhupada said, yes, you can call the Guru as Prabhupada, then some people said, oh, We agreed in Gaudiya Mat that only our Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, would be called Prabhupada. And also, it is saying that so many Prabhus are at his feet. He was very liberal and very generous in saying that, oh, so many Prabhus, you are all Prabhus, but we were not Prabhus like his caliber, like Srila Param Gurudev, like Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, like Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj, like Srila Bhakti Bhai Bhak Puri Maharaj. So many great Prabhus. But this is another meaning of Prabhupada. Bhuvana mandira stapitani cha harinishevyorjastatattvaya satatatirtha kritpada pallava tadasi paschime mattamargaye. You have established temples of Sri Sri Radha Krishna throughout the world by the unstoppable strength of your service to Sri Hari, and by constantly traveling across the globe, your lotus feet created places of pilgrimage. You have delivered even the Western countries which are on the path of intoxication with material existence. So when Srila Prabhupada established temples, this was reflecting his purpose for founding a society, to establish a place of pilgrimage, of pastimes of the Supreme Personality. How did anyone experience pastimes? By hearing from the lotus mouth of Srila Prabhupada. How did they experience pastime? By hearing the words coming from the lotus mouth of Srila Prabhupada. This is what makes a temple a place of pastimes. When pure sadhus come and they speak pastimes, then they enter the ears and they touch the hearts of devotees. This is the process. Hari Katotsavam Kirtanadbhutam Hari Mahotsavam Sthapitam Tvaya Drutavikarma Bandhanamochanam Hari Prasada Vishvanuranjanam. You made a continuous festival of Harikatha along with astonishing kirtans. You established transcendental festivals such as Ratha Yatra for the glorification of Sri Hari. You freed others from the long chains of horrible fruitive activity by distributing Mahaprasad and creating a pleasing atmosphere throughout the world. These were all things that were done by him. And as the representative of Guru Parampara, he engaged others also. But this was great mercy, mercy of Mahaprabhu. And it has been said that Nityananda Prabhu himself danced within the body of our Srila Prabhupada for some time. Parama Palaka Priti Sandhuda Parama Bhavukatmanu Shikshaka Parama Deva Devyuktamashraya Parama Parshadananda Sevaka. You bestowed the supremely nourishing ocean of love for Krishna with great affection, and you shared the ecstasy of your own realizations. You gave the supreme shelter of the divine couple Sri Sri Radha Krishna as an associate and intimate servant. So here there is a subtext, which was that Srila Prabhupada was actually an associate of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. We have heard this from great authorities. His greatest glory is not that he transformed the world and he founded so many temples and his books were translated in so many languages. It is that he is an associate of Radha and Krishna. And when he came and told us the goal of human life is to please Krishna, Krishna consciousness. Where did the phrase Krishna consciousness come from? Krishna bhakti rasa bhavita mati kriyatam yadi kutopi labhyate tatra laulyam api mulyam ekalam janma koti srukatar na labhyate. This is Krishna bhakti rasa, and to be absorbed in the loving mood of service. This is Bhava Bhakti description. This is Rupanuga Bhakti description. And he was a Rupanuga Acharya in the line of Srila Rupa Goswami. So this is the great glory of our Srila Prabhupada. And his sannyas is this occasion that we celebrate, where he began a process of now he will come. And he will come in a very humble way to the Western world. And we talk about how he was riding on the Jaladut, and he was writing prayers, and he suffered a heart attack. And it was very difficult. He came in the US, and there was no big reception committee or anything like that.
Two heart attacks.
2 heart attacks, yes. So, on this occasion, we should pray that his mercy should come to us, that when we read his books, we will actually receive these transcendental gems from these divine treasure chests, and they should come in our hearts, and we should be inspired to do kirtan and to serve and to associate with pure devotees and to always have a taste for Harikatha. And when we do these festivals, Ratha Yatra, Nagar Sankirtan, all of these festivals, we should always keep this in mind. Why? Sometimes people will say, oh, we should do preaching, yes. But what should we preach? We should preach to others that they should do Hari Bhajan. How can we preach to others to do Hari Bhajan if we are not doing bhajan ourselves? So we must do bhajan and we must also preach. And this will save us, even if we do not have an abundance of higher association, those who are superior, who can help us. We can, even now, there are so many very senior Vaishnavas who are advanced in bhajan, and they are giving Harikatha, and we can tune into their Harikatha, and we can associate with them. And if we have the opportunity to help others, we can tell something, but always what is very authentic, always what we have actually realized and we have practiced in the association of senior Vaishnavas. This will help us. This will give us some kripa. Now, some people, they will say, oh, we can be kripa siddha. How is there no kripa? How is it possible to be siddha without kripa? Is my answer. You will not do that, okay, I have done something pleasing and automatically, boom, I will become perfect. Like a magic pill. I have taken a magic pill, boom, and now I'm perfect. No. But kripa is the essential element of our sadhana. I must have kripa. Lalya means I am chanting and I am weeping. I am begging, please give me shelter. Please give me engagement in your service. This has been given sometimes as the meaning of Mahamantra. Oh Lord, oh energy of the Lord, please engage me in your service. What service are we talking about? Will you let me wash the pots, make garlands, clean the kitchen floor? Yeah, these things are also service. But Vilas Kunje Diovas. When will I have the opportunity to serve in Vilas Kunj, in the groves of Sri Vrindavan Dham? You know, there is a kirtan for Tulsi that we would always sing. Tulasi Krishna Preyasi Namo Namo Radha Krishna Seva Pavo E Abhilashi Je Tomara Sharanalai Taravancha Purnahai Sevadi Karo Diye Vrindavanavasi. Now this kirtan has so many very, very important deep meanings. E nivedana dharo sakir anugata koro. Now, there was a translation someone had given. I don't think it was Srila Prabhupada. Make me your follower and Saki. No. It means Sakir anugata koro. Make me a follower of Sakis. What does that mean? Manjari. It means, please make me maidservant, make me Palyadasi of Srimati Radhika. Sakir anugata koro. Seva adhikara diye Vrindavanavasi. You are the resident of Vrindavan. Please give me this seva adhikar. Seva adhikar means the right to serve. What right to serve? Vilas kunje diovas. Allow me to reside in the Vilas kunj, where Radha and Krishna are doing their pastimes. And give me that opportunity. It is such a precious thing. I am praying for that. I am begging for that. But if one does not look at these things, if one does not, okay, oh, treasure chest, keep it on the shelf. Treasure chest, I don't need it for myself. No. The treasure chest is meant to be unlocked. It is meant to be, take the gems. Try to read every page in every line of Srila Prabhupada's books and try to understand in the association of advanced Vaishnavas and keep it in your heart. And not just keep treasure chest on the shelf. And then Srila Prabhupada also wrote, these books have been written especially for all the followers of this Krishna consciousness movement. And they should read them for at least an hour or two every day. And if they don't do this, they will eat, sleep, and fall down. Very good direct quote from purport in Srila Prabhupada's books. Very, very good. So, and Srila Prabhupada, Harikatotsavam. What was the Harikatotsava? When Srila Prabhupada was present, what was the Harikata Utsava? Can someone tell me? Festival, yes. What was the Harikata Utsava when Srila Prabhupada was present? Mayapur Vrindavan Festival every year, Gaur Purnima, and in the Kartik time, there would be a festival. It was meant for all the devotees to come and hear directly from Srila Prabhupada in the Dham. It was not about just going to the Dham, but it was about hearing from Srila Prabhupada's lotus mouth. This was the Harikatotsava. So finally, I want to also read one thing. So much glorification has been done of Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj. And Srila Gurudev has written, Srila Trivikara Maharaj has written, Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj has written. And they have given so much very deep glorification from understanding as real disciples. Nowadays, we think, oh, I can be a guru also? Oh, no, you should think, I can be a disciple also? And I should aspire to be a disciple. What kind of disciple? I should be a disciple like I have seen my Gurudev be a disciple. But still, someone, like a child, may see my mummy is writing something for my daddy, and I don't understand so much about daddy, but I am a little child. I will say something like, Daddy, you're the best. So, this is what I have said. Maya vadya satasharanahantaram hi gauravani murtim vedanta sarasa shubhadam bhakti prachara devam gauranga prabhupada sharanaikagram vinodanama Sinhacharyam Kapatashatabhidham Sri Keshavam Namami. Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj is the lion Acharya who showed single-pointed shelter of Sri Gauranga and Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur by the name Vinod. He is an angel of preaching bhakti and has showered us with the all-auspicious essence of Vedanta in the form of the teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam. as the embodiment of Mahaprabhu's teachings, he has slain and cut into hundreds of pieces Mayavad and all other false paths which provide no real shelter. I bow down to him.
Wow. Who's Bhakti Prachara Devam that you wrote?
Yes.
What is it?
Bhakti Prachara Deva means he is the God of preaching bhakti. So he is the Bhakti Prachara Deva. He is the embodiment of preaching Mahaprabhu's teachings. Anyway, these are the glories of Acharyas, like our Srila Prabhupada, our Param Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Pragan Keshava Maharaj. They are beyond our ability to describe, even to understand. But if we have been touched by their kripa, then we should consider ourselves very fortunate. I also thought that because I did not have so much direct association, I only saw Srila Prabhupada once when I got Harinam from him. But I spent so much time reading his books, and he was present at that time. So, I consider he is my Nama Guru and Shiksha Guru. But I am not such a good disciple. What claim can I make to being a disciple? Like Srila Gauragovinda Maharaj, his disciple, your Param Gurudev. Srila Gauragovinda Maharaj, like Shamarani Didi. These are real disciples. Real disciples. We can say, oh, here are the names of real disciples of Srila Prabhupada. So we aspire that. We aspire to be, I will be a disciple of my Gurudev's conception and how I can possibly serve my Gurudev's mission and to do those things which will be pleasing to my Gurudev. What is the intimate service that we can do which will be pleasing to our Guru Varga, pleasing to Gurudev? It is to become pure devotees, to move forward on the path of prem, to move on to Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti, and Rati, and finally to achieve Vastu Siddhi and have prem. Nitai Go Premanande Hari Hari Go. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Srila Bhakti Pragan Keshava Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitya Guru Varga Ki Jai.
Hare Krishna Prabhu ki jai.
Hare Krishna.
Wow.
Any questions?
Did you write that?
Bhakti Prachara
Yes.
Devam. Amazing.
Very nice.
Are we doing questions or?
Any questions?
You mentioned earlier about, you spoke a little bit on how important the emphasizing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's or Srila Prabhupada writing Chaitanya Charitamrita, and then also the importance of Chaitanya Bhagavat. Bhagavat. So, one thing we see is that in regard to going out on Harinam and Sankirtan and preaching, it seems like we don't tend to emphasize so much going out on Harinam as much as but we see that in ISKCON they go out always regularly every single week to go out.
Yeah.
But we don't seem to be, well, I mean, we do go out here, but overall, I'm saying that throughout, we're not so much going out on Harinam preaching in the same way. So,
Well, we should do these things. I mean, these are things, and many of the devotees are very enthusiastic. And I've seen so many of the devotees in this room who've been very enthusiastic about organizing Nagar Sankirtan and doing it regularly. Some of us haven't been great participants in that, and sometimes because of being caught up in family life or whatever. But when you have a bigger population, then there's more people to draw on, and it is an important thing, and it's always has been a part of our tradition in the line of Mahaprabhu and in our Gaudiya Mat line, is going out doing Nagar Sankirtan, meeting with people, having Harikatha programs that can sometimes explain things in simple terms for people. I mean, it's just a matter of doing it. But there's an important point, though, which is that we have to also continue our personal development. Like at one point there was an idea that if we distribute lots of books, it will be very pleasing to Srila Prabhupada. True. But if that's all you do, and if you're not moving forward in your Krishna consciousness, that will not be entirely pleasing. And you cannot just say, oh, automatically by pleasing, we have hacked the system and made a cheat code. So we'll bypass everything. You have to practice Krishna consciousness, and you have to also do these things. So both these things are needed.
Yeah. I just feel personally, we emphasize a lot, Harikatha Association with the Banks Vaishnavis and all of that, but then we're not so much doing
Yeah, I think we could definitely do more and have programs, but sometimes it takes time, money, and people being able to, do it. And we just don't have so many people. We don't even have a place we can publicly invite people to. So it is Nitai Gaur Premanande.
Hari 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 Bol.
Power on. Bluetooth. Harry. Bluetooth. Connected.